Hey everyone, welcome back to PlaycrastiNation Population 391, and welcome to the first episode of our new series on our YouTube channel, Into the Breach. Now, for those of you guys who don't know what this game is, who is by, whatever, it's by Subset Games 2018. You can read that at the bottom. There's a little C and a circle next to it. Who are the same, who are? They're the same people that made FTL, which I don't know what that game is either, but I've heard it's more popular than this one. So, not more popular, but it's, you know, more well-known because it's older. And so it's by the same developer. So maybe you've heard of FTL, maybe you're more informed than I am. Whatever. Anyway, what is Into the Breach? First of all, before I go into the Breach, huge thanks to SideQuest Gaming. Go ahead and link to his description, his channel in the description below, because he hooked me up with a copy of this game, and I really, really appreciate it. I've been watching some videos on this, and it looks like a dang good time that I'm going to be bad at. So what is Into the Breach? Well, it is I feel like whenever I describe games, I just throw out a litany, smitany. I can't think of any words today. I just throw out a bunch of adjectives and hope they stick. It is a turn-based strategy, grid-style, tactical RPG, maybe? It's got RPG elements. You build characters and stuff. But really, at its core, it's a strategy grid-based game. You'll see what I mean when we get into it. I hope. I don't actually know. I have not played a single run yet. You guys are seeing the first thing for me here. I literally haven't even created a new game yet. I just created the profile for YouTube. So let's get into it. First of all, hold on. Combat speed? Yeah, sure. Just make that a little bit bigger. I'm definitely going to need some tutorial tips because bad. And our volume's at max. Let me know, guys, if the volume seems extremely quiet, but maybe once we get into battle, it'll be a little bit louder. Let's start a new game. Humanity destroyed. Vec threat unstoppable. AI unit mission failed. We'll get him next time. Open a breach. I don't know what's happening. Time to go back and try again. Okay, so essentially, like, I don't know a ton about the, what would you like to call it? The plot line, the story behind this game, but essentially you are these mech characters right here. There's different sets. I don't know that we can actually change those yet. Like, there are different squads here, but obviously we haven't played anything, so we haven't unlocked any of them yet. So we only have the Rift Walkers for now. But essentially you're part of a squad that can go back in time, travel through time through something called a breach, which I guess is some sort of a time portal, and attempt to alter the course of human history or something like that. So you have these three different units right here. We have a combat mech, a cannon mech, and an artillery mech, at least in the basic class here. And each of them have different attacking styles. So the combat mech is your melee unit, and punch an adjacent tile, damaging it, and pushing it. So as you can see, it does 2 damage and will push an enemy 1 tile back. These will all make sense once we're actually on a field, and I'll kind of explain more then. The cannon mech fires a powerful projectile that damages and pushes its target. So basically, it's similar to the combat mech. You still have to attack on a direct line with the enemy, but it only does 1, but the added benefit of you can shoot them from any range. So it's basically, we got a pawn here, except he doesn't attack, I'm gonna talk a lot in chess terms, but it's not really a pawn. He can only move 1 tile. He can move a lot, but he can only attack 1 tile. He's the king. Combat mech is the king, that can only attack 4, pretend diagonals don't exist. The cannon mech is more like your rook. And then finally you have the artillery mech, which is, if this was in chess, it'd be broken as heck. So you can launch a powerful artillery strike that kind of attacks in a plus-shaped pattern. The center of that plus will receive 1 damage, and the rest of the enemies will be pushed. So I think probably the best way for us to figure out how to play this game is to just jump in and do it. So I feel like, why don't we? No way in hell I'm letting the Vec take this island this time. Or take the islands. There are 4 islands, as you can see. And so essentially the story progression, now I think eventually you can start on any island you want, but, and then like, yeah, oh wait, maybe not. Maybe you have to go in regular order. But this is island 1, and so you can kind of overlook the island. The island has its own CEO apparently. You get kind of an idea of the environment. Environmental hazards and factors will be a factor once we actually land and do our missions. The museum island recreates old Earth as it was before the oceans rose and nearly wiped out humanity. And then, as you can see, you can kind of see what kind of enemies we're going to be facing down there, and I know nothing about the enemies yet. If you're from the future, this is just weird to be saying, but I guess in the future this is what happens. You'll find our island is even further back in time than you expected. If not for the Vec, I'd have loved to give you a tour of the old Earth relics. This is a combat simulation available to the new commanders to get up to speed with mechanized combat. Would you like to launch the simulation? I probably should, but I think we're going to decline. I think we're going to pass on a simulation, and we're just going to go for it. Damage power grid. So I do have these little helpful tips, luckily, that pop up and are going to help me learn how to play the game. The power grid connects every corporate island. Any damage it takes in missions will persist. The vet caused damage before you arrive. There will be opportunities to restore. So essentially, this is your power grid. Once you land on certain... Okay, cool. Power grid. I see it. Click to dismiss. Mission rewards. Every mission has different potential rewards for completing bonus objectives. You won't be able to do every mission on the island, so choose carefully. You can win power cores, which you can use to upgrade your mechs, give them better moves, better attack power, etc. Grid power restores your power grid. If your power grid reaches 0, you lose. So yeah, this is the end game essentially. Once we land into a mission, you'll notice buildings that have power. If the enemy's main goal is to attack both us and the power. And if they attack the power, we will lose a bar on here, as well as some civilian lives, and we don't want either of those to happen. We have a civilian count over here. You want to save as many people as possible. Corporate reputation used to purchase items once the island is secure. I don't remember what these are used to be. TBH, no idea. Warning, missions with more potential rewards will have additional danger. Danger's my middle name, so this is safe. Green is safe, and as we defeat these missions, they will become safe as well, but we have to choose what we want to do. So obviously this has 2 rewards. Actually has 2 bonus objectives. Warning, air support. Our bonus objective is to kill at least 7 enemies. Defensive shields active. Vec threat detected. Defend the artillery support. Protect the coal plant. So this seems like an easier mission, so let's go ahead and start with this one. And you can get kind of an idea of what the map is going to look like. So yeah, you see several buildings already start with shields. That's really nice. And then over here you can also see these are the enemies, or where they will spawn. This region has an old airfield that can provide air support. We're new at actually flying these planes, but let's hope for the best. I wish that wouldn't be the case. Really wish that wouldn't be the case. Okay. Let's start the mission and see where we're going. Energy shields. This is a shield that will block damage and any negative effects. Fire, freezing, acid. Acid? I don't know about that. We don't do drugs here at PlaycrastiNation. Only direct damage will remove the shield. Non-damaging negative effects have no effect. That's good to know. Environmental effect. So yeah, do we get to control the air support? I thought we get to control the air support. The mission has a special effect that will happen every turn. Mouse over the environment icon to get more information. Bombs will be dropped on the marked spaces, killing any units. So we don't actually get to control the where these are going to drop, but we do get to control we can try to push enemies onto them, and I'm assuming these yellow spaces, no, the yellow spaces are where we can spawn. So we obviously want our mech unit to be as close as possible. We want our tank unit to have some pretty good line of sight on things, and artillery also has to do on a vertical pattern, but we can make some things work. So here's where we're going to land. And that's going to lock our moves in, and obviously we already have these 3 enemies right here. Okay, and then you can also see the attack order here. This can kind of give you an idea of, you can actually have enemies attack each other depending on the attack order. So we may use that at some point, but it may be kind of difficult. Anyway, let's go ahead and confirm our landing here, and let's get into it. I think we're ready. Mission start. Mom, look! Ready to make the Rift Walkers proud. Okay, so lots of things happening. We have started. And obviously these, okay, emerging enemies. An enemy unit will emerge here next turn. You can temporarily block enemies from spawning, but it will damage the blocking unit. Okay. So, as you can see here, let's look at what we got going on here. 4 turns remaining. So we win in 4 turns. So there's bonus objectives, like for example, we want to kill 7 enemies, but also we just win in 4 turns. So really it's just survive for these turns and you will win, but you really want to complete these because you get this corporate reputation stuff. Okay, so here we are webbed, which does, I believe, means we cannot move. The unit has been webbed. Mouse over the status icon in the bottom right, left to investigate what that means. Status icon, huh? Webbed. Units webbed by the Vec cannot move, but they can still attack. So this isn't really that big a deal because we can shoot him, push him 1 tile back, and take care of him that way. Now, we're safe here. The airstrike's gonna land over here. That's not a big deal for us. So we definitely want to get this guy out of here. And honestly, this man does he punches for 2 damage. So I feel like it's probably the smartest thing to just punch him and kill him. I think would be the easiest thing to do, not have to worry about him. For the artillery strike, man, the problem is we're not going to be able to get into a line. I would like to get him here so that we could... Actually, I would like to get him... We can move him there. Perfect. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take you, and I'm going to move you here, and I'm going to attack this man, however that is done. Right-click, perhaps? No. I would like to attack. Oh, you use the fist, and I say I want to punch you, and you have died. Now, we're moving rather quickly, and I'm probably not thinking because, remember, I'm trying to keep these videos a bit short. This first one's going to be a bit longer. Remember, guys, we're trying to go for that 15 minutes or less, really, to be the new standard of videos. But because this is the intro to the series, and I had to explain some stuff at the beginning, this might be a bit longer, and I'm learning. So, but typically we're probably gonna be able to do about 1 mission per, and maybe 2 missions as we get a bit faster. So what we can then do here is with Cannon Mech. Other things you can do, you can also repair every turn. If you don't have a very good turn, you can repair, and that will increase your mech's health. You can also, when you move a character, if you don't like that move, you can undo the move for free. If you do an attack, however, that locks in your turn, but you can reset your turn, but you can only do this once per battle. So you really want to use this as little as possible. So what I think we do here is I think we shoot this mech and we push him back 1. Which both frees us from this. I don't know why the sound effects aren't... Like, I'm not hearing any sort of cannon blasts. And I'm hearing literally nothing. Once again, I'll check after this, although the options are right here. Hello, maybe they are. Maybe this is a weird game where I can't hear them. Anyway, so then what I think we do is we take Artillery Man, we bring him here, we use our artillery strike, and we have 2 options. We can either drop it here, and push this Scorpion Boy into a mountain, which is going to damage him for 1. Anytime you push an enemy into an objective, it damages him for 1, depending on the objective. Or we can drop it here and push this man on top of a spawn. Not only will that stop an enemy from spawning next turn, but when you stop an enemy from spawning, the enemy on top takes damage. So I think that is a smarter, and we're going to set the forest on fire, and, you know, Smokey the Bear would be upset. But I think I like that turn. Burning Forest. The forest on this tile took damage, turning into fire. If a unit stands on fire, it will ignite and take damage every turn. So, this man's attacking nothing. This man's blocking a spawn. We're going to have 1 more enemy spawn next turn. We'll have 3 enemies to deal with. And I think we're fine. I think we're ready to go. Go ahead and end my turn. I'm happy with my first turn and into the breach. An Old Earth plane incoming. Let's hope Archive can keep it in the air. Okay, he missed. He does nothing, but he did block a spawn. But this second enemy has spawned. I'm once again webbed, which is unfortunate. You've webbed... That is quite unfortunate. You have both webbed... He has webbed a building. The webbing a building doesn't matter because the building doesn't move. Well, all you know he's going to attack it. You can see these little red dashed tiles. That shows where they're going to attack. And you can see, if you hover over the enemy, how much damage they'll do. So he's going to attack me for 1. He's going to attack me for 1. He's going to attack the building for 1, which will lose a grid power. So we definitely want this guy gone. So what we can do... if we just shoot this guy, he will die. Because when we shoot him, it'll do 1 damage, and it will push him into his comrade, thus killing him. I think that is the smartest move. So, we will take this, we will shoot you, or we will not. Excuse me. We will use our this, we will... Oh, that's my artillery boy! That's not good, that's not good. Q to disarm, hold on, not ready. We do not want to disarm. Now, we can do something very similar. Where can you go? I wish you had a bit more mobility. We can also use this guy, go here, shoot him into the building. The building has a shield, so he'll live, and this guy will still die nonetheless. And then this guy can come take his spot and punch this guy. I think I like that okay. We are going to lose a shield on the building, but I'm the greatest of all time, so I don't think we really have to worry. It's going to take this guy out. We did lose the shield. Pushing units into objects deals 1 additional damage to both. Fantastic. And so now, like I said, we can bring you here, and you can, I gotta get these keyboard commands going because they're a little bit quicker. Destroy you, and then what I think we can do with you is, I would love to reach it down here so that I could block a spawn in the process. Doesn't look like we're gonna be able to, so we're gonna have several enemies on the next turn, but what we can do is this. If I go right here, and we go for the attack, I can push him onto the airstrike. Bam, it's also gonna push our unit, but that's okay. And now he is on the airstrike. The airstrike always happens first, so now the airstrike's gonna come in and blammo, look at that, we've destroyed the bug. 3 more enemies do spawn though. Okay, so these enemies are not a great time. Okay, and we have yet 2 more enemies spawning next turn. So these are Vex Scions. The enemy Scion provides a passive bonus to all Vect. Killing it removes the bonus. Okay. So this Vec grants 1 extra HP to all targets. And it can also fly. Yeah, so it gives 1 HP to all other units as long as the Scion is living. Now, this can be taken care of rather easily, I would say. In several ways, depending on how we want to handle this. We can bring the artillery here, launch an artillery strike here. That only do 1. We actually do not want to do that. The easiest thing probably, cancel the move. Don't move. No, don't move though. Stop moving. Stop moving. No, stop moving. Just calm yourself. I would like you to not move. There we go. Ralph. How far can Ralph go? So Ralph can stand here. We can push an enemy into him, but that's a little scary. It would really, you want to take the Scion out first because he's kind of a pain in the butt. Now we do have an artillery strike happening here, which is just a jolly good time. I would love to push this guy into the airstrike, but it doesn't look like we're going to be able to. Or can we? I think if we move, I'd rather you don't go through the fire, my friend. I'd rather you just didn't go into the fire. But what we could do is go here, launch an artillery strike here, push the enemy into the fire. He flies so he won't get affected. Put the tank here. We'd have to put the tank here first. Push you into the artillery strike, then both you and you are in the artillery strike, which I think will kill you. How much damage does it do? Oh, it kills any unit. So even though this guy's alive, doesn't really matter. And then there's not much, unfortunately, that Punchy Mech can do. But I think that's the best move. So I'm gonna move you here. I'm gonna move you here. I have lost an earbud. Hold on. Bad times. I'm gonna go ahead and push you here. Gonna go ahead and ready to fire push you here. He is on fire, interestingly enough. Obviously we have to move. Oh no. I didn't notice you were, this is a long range unit, so he can attack all the way. I thought he was only attacking directly in front of us. That makes it a little bit more difficult. Now we could put the punching mech here. That is a shield though, so I'm almost willing to lose the shield because he's gonna die anyway. Actually, the airstrike lands first, so it doesn't matter. I'm overthinking things. Now I could still put this guy here to block a spawn, even though he would be caught on fire. Is it worth getting caught on fire? And we can also punch this guy and do a little bit of, I think it is, oh, I can't reach it because this man's blocking my way. Well, in that case, we just need to move. So I'm gonna move myself like around the other side of the mountain so we can have a pretty good, easy access to the Scion on the next turn. And there's not much else I can do, so let's go ahead and are we happy with this? Died airstrike. You're gonna live, but you don't attack. I think we're happy to this. Unfortunately, we're not blocking these 2 spawns, but not a big deal. I don't care if units can attack. I know what I'm doing. Airstrike, please come in. Thank you so much. Has destroyed those as well as a mountain. And like I said, we have 2 more. Now this man spawned on fire, which is wonderful. I am webbed and threatened. Both webbed and threatened. Okay. Dashing through the snow. Now this guy's kind of an issue. This guy is a big ol' issue. Because we can't push him. Yeah, that's a big issue. We can't push him. I definitely can't get him into the airstrike. I also definitely need to move my guy. So we will be doing that. This guy's webbed, so really our only option is to... oh, he's gonna burn me too. My only option is to shoot him away, just to get him away for one turn. Also, we win after this turn. So if we can kill one enemy this turn, which we will, then we're fine. And I almost am willing... How much damage do you do? 1? I'm almost willing to just put this guy in here to tank a shot. Maybe not the smartest thing, but you know what? We've gone a little bit over here, so I think I'm fine with all of these moves. Punch this guy. Haha, bonus objective has been achieved. And again, you're long range, so even if I put a blast in this space right here, he'll still hit the building. And I could shoot here, but obviously it would hurt the building, and I could shoot here and push him into the building, but he would still shoot this and the building would get damaged. So probably smart to just stand right here. We're gonna take a hit, but it's only 1 damage. Oh no, hold on, reset turn. Almost messed up royally. We want to do essentially the exact same thing, but we want to literally just move here and punch instead, because I was standing on an airstrike. And now he's got lowered HP, so now you gotta wonder, can we take some more enemies out? We cannot. We still just do the exact same thing, and we end turn. I don't care if my action's available. Never ask me this again. I know what I'm doing. So we'll take a shot. Ouch, it's gonna hurt so badly. All right, bomb. That comes in. He smacks nothing. I get smacked for 1, but I'm living. Who's almost gone? No, you're fine. Damaged mech. Your mechs will automatically repair damage after battle. If a mech is reduced to 0 health, the pilot dies and the mech is disabled for the rest of that battle. Alright, but there you go. See, we only had 1 turn left, so victory has been achieved. We also completed the bonus objective, and we didn't lose any units, and we didn't lose any power. The region is now wiped clean of Vec, and I do hope our pilots missed your mechs during their strafing runs. Yes, thankfully. 1,000 civilians, I think, is a perfect run, and, you know, we got some experience to go all around. Obviously, Punchy Mech, you get experience based on enemies killed, mostly. So, unless an enemy dies to environmental hazards, in which case I think it gets split, but as you can see, Punchy Mech really got a lot there. And so as these guys get experience, we can upgrade them in ways. Cool. Region secured, and as you can see, anytime you secure a region, any region touching that region is now available to you. It's kind of like Risk. But anyway, guys, I went way over. I have a bad problem with that, and I talk a lot, and I knew that this strategy game was going to cause that, but all you need to know, guys, is that I am very bad at strategy games, and that this will likely go poorly. These are easy levels, by the way, and I'm having to overthink them already, so just prepare for the more difficult levels. Hope you're excited. If you are, make sure you subscribe to become a citizen of PlaycrastiNation today, and if you... what? I forgot my outro. And if you know anybody that you think would be a great Playcraftinator, go and send them by, because we'd love to have them. But with that, thank you so much for watching. Do let me know, guys, if you prefer this like shorter video style. Again, this is like 24 minutes, so really it's not that much shorter. But the next videos upcoming will be 10 to 15 minutes tops. So let me know what you guys think about that shorter style. It's gonna be easier on me mostly, but if you don't like it, maybe I'll ditch it. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.